In this episode, we look at the different flags of the entire world, figure out what's wrong with them, and design our own. Welcome back, fellow citizens of Jar, to Deron for Super President. In this show, we try to build our own country, take over the entire universe, and figure out everything along the way. If that's something you think you would like, then please hit the subscribe button and join us to be counted as a citizen of our fair country of Jar. Off we go. So last episode, we had a population of 46, and in this one, we have a population of 56. That's right, we've gone up 10 people in a single week. One day we'll go up 10 continents in a single week. Or not, we'll know. So, population goes up, country size increases as well. That was weirdly sticky. Fun fact, we are only one person away from surpassing the population of the Pitcairn Islands, at least the 2014 estimate, which is a series of volcanic islands controlled by the British government, which is about the most super-villainy thing I think I've ever heard of. Interesting goals, though. I could use a super-villainy volcanic island. Write that one down. So in our last episode, the Principality of Lusitania, after inviting us to the Micronational Assembly, asked what our flag was. What is the flag of Jar? We had never actually, to this point in time, gone over a flag of Jar, so we're going to make one. First, when you're going to make a flag for a country, you need to realize what's wrong with all the other flags of every other country. We're not just going to be good. We're going to be good, I don't know, +3. Maybe not the whole, keep expectations reined in for now. This is like version 1 of flag. Hold for music. My house is very lovely. My room is right next to the water pipe where all the water goes through, though. So, when you're trying to figure out how to make the best flag, you need to figure out what the problems are with all the current flags. So, of course, I went through all the flags in the world. Not quite one by one, but a lot more one by one than I probably should have. There's a few kinds of flags in the same way that there were a few kinds of mottos in our Weirdest World Mottos video. So the first kind of flag that you might have is what I like to call blank slate, which has been held by only one country and they got rid of it. The Libyan flag was literally just green. That's it, this is the whole flag. Until 2011 when they adopted it for, in my opinion, the not as good this, which is after that, you have what I like to call we have an image of something, if not recognizable, something which defines us. Albania's flag, somewhere half between a mythical creature and a Rorschach test, is basically saying we got red and we got this thing so that we're not pulling a full Libya, but we're kind of pulling a half Libya and half whatever we feel like. I actually like that. I like the idea of having some identifier. You'll see why. Then you have what I like to call the identifier on the two colors. Angola has this sweet sword, star, and what looks like half a gear on a background of red and black. But we go even farther. Barbados, which actually is one of my favorite flags because it's blue and yellow, which is A, a really cool combination of colors, in my opinion, and B, they have a trident on it, which is just fantastic. And they again have the identifier. Now you can see the problem with not having identifiers. See, the problem comes in when I can say things like, think fast, which of these flags is Ireland and which of these is the Ivory Coast? Exactly. It's completely ridiculous. You also have the red, white, and black stripes of Sudan, Syria, Yemen, Iraq, and Egypt. Alright, and we also have what I like to call the absolute ridiculous confusion of Indonesia, Monaco, and Poland. Why? Literally just picking one color would have made you easier to identify than picking... So you can see the issue here. The colors are fun. I quite enjoy colors. I'm enjoying the red of the tip of the jar. And I think we should have some sort of red in there. Not to necessarily follow the Canadian flag, but you need to have an identifier in there. I actually really, again, the Canadian bias is showing. I quite enjoy the flag of Canada because it's simple and they just have a very clear identifier in the middle. It's nice and clean, you get on your way, you get to go. I think you need an identifier of some kind of like a branding mascot. Now, I know the channel's called Deron for Super President, but realistically, I look different a lot of the time. I mean, I got a haircut between last episode and this episode. I'm not looking to update the flag every time I buy a new shirt or get a new haircut. While I am the glorious ruler of this nation, I think we should possibly not have me on the flag. But I do think we should definitely have this jar on there. Population obscured because we're always growing. Again, I like the flags like Barbados or Canada, in which you got some stripy bits, but the real emphasis is whatever mascot you sort of have in the middle of it. Flag V1. The picture of the jar, like tricked out, on a field of white, red cap. I'm going to go through in editing and post rather than speaking about it. And whatever pattern of colors I think looks good at the time, we'll put that up over my face right now. Things change. Even the Libyan government changed away from their lovely flag of green to something else. So this will be flag V1. As usual, we're hearing from a few new and returning citizens. New one, Rowdy Stem, saying, I call the Andromeda Galaxy. Now it's, for the most part, first come, first serve. There are many galaxies available, but I think you're somewhere between 50 and 56th of the line. And he also said, I'm just gonna chill here. Might move out, I don't know. Just gonna sit here. I like the idea that he means in terms of the channel. He's just sort of like, I'll be a citizen. Or not. I might leave. I might not leave. Meh. I mean, realistically, that's just how most things in life should work. Desiree Fries said, we shall invade many small abandoned houses and become great intergalactic rulers. Yes. Yes, we shall. Just wait until we have a large number of citizens, and then real plans will Unraveling sounds bad. We'll roll out. That sounds better. We'll go with that. Joseph has reported back on the science front, saying, I have good news on the physics front. My wife is a physics major, and I put in a request with her to have the laws of physics rewritten. She said she would see what she could do. Also, I'd like to propose the construction of a Dyson swarm. As soon-to-be intergalactic power, JAR needs lots of energy, and a Dyson swarm would provide that by collecting power directly from the sun. Though this would come at a cost, as we may have to dismantle the planet Mercury for building supplies. Of course, this would be a rather large decision to make, so I would like to open the floor for discussion. Hear me out. A lot of people were upset about the whole Pluto thing. I haven't heard anyone talk about Mercury in, I don't know, at least a while. What if we dismantled Mercury for parts, and then we use the parts to build a Dyson swarm, we collect energy, and we then take Pluto and we put Pluto where Mercury is, and then Pluto becomes Pluto, Mercury, Pluto. I like the idea. I do like the idea. Pluto is mostly ice, and that Dyson swarms are very hypothetical, but I mean realistically so is rewriting the laws of physics. I like this. I think we can talk to Pluto and work something out. I mean, realistically, if you offer Pluto the ability to be a planet again, I think it can take the heat, metaphorically and literally speaking. Jesse commented, regardless of what path we take, we will survive. That's true, Jesse, but not only will we survive, we will thrive and grow and control. Control? Not really. We will make people want to follow us. I think it's a better way of doing it. Am I Alive commenting, why do you look so much like my history teacher? I think, perhaps, it's because I'd like to go down in history. Or there's just an uncanny resemblance. Maybe my haircut makes me look less like your history teacher. Maybe I just got the exact haircut your history teacher has. Perhaps I should show up to your class one day and freak out your history teacher and rewrite history. And then we can put me in the history books all along. I need to write that down. Golden Eagle commented, make no mistake, I will defend my brothers. I will defend the weak. I will bring the fight to your home to keep you out of mine. I will pursue relentlessly all who threaten my people. I will sacrifice so that others can live. I am a citizen. I am a prophet of Jar. I am a soldier. I am a sheepdog. If you strike me or those like me, you will lay upon the earth until you are buried in it. Didn't know what to comment. Prophet of Jar. I really like it. It's a little violent. I sound like a concerned parent saying, it's a little violent. So, you know, like those little days since workplace injury things? We're batting 1,000 in terms of being violent against anybody, and I'm pretty sure we're the only country in existence ever to have pulled that off. So I at the very least want to see how long we can get that streak going forever. That'd be cool. In addition to our regular citizens commenting and our new citizens commenting, we also have citizens coming over from the Micronational Assembly from last week. Saved Erickson from the Micronational Assembly commented, the Kingdom of Dreetsland would like to have a good relationship between the two micronations. Long live Jar, long live Dreetsland. I subbed. Welcome. You can have dual citizenship because realistically we all get dual citizenship. There is no exclusion in Jar. We're going to have you aboard. We have hopeful many ties in good ways with people. Anubis and Jagura, I believe. Thank you for the shout out. This is the Sabakella of Wolfhaven, Prince Enubarislav Verascoza. Hi Wolfhaven. I'm Deron. I'm from Jar. Principality of Lusitane, our official ambassador of the Micronational Assembly, commented back saying, I, King Samuel I, formally thank you, as do my ministers, for having recognized us. The Micronational Assembly is the platform for micronations, and possibly future macronations, I think he means us, to communicate. Self-promotion is allowed as long as you are a member and as long as it's relevant. Yes, you pronounced our name correctly, thank you. Yeah. I appreciate the title of ambassador and will cherish it. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs is currently working on a newsreel of your nation. Our nation is one of the newest and most powerful in the Micronational Assembly, as we now claim Jarvis Island and have 50 citizens, 15 of which are militia. That's a big army. Sweet. I now formally invite you to the Union of Micronations, my new set-up alliance that unites all nations, no matter their goals. Oh yes, and the Micronational Assembly, before I joined, was ruled by a dictatorial chairman that was toppled soon after. I guess this explains the thing from last week. Stevet also commented, fun fact, I went into exile for 3 days because of a totalitarian taking over. It's just really interesting. And then, I have no idea how to pronounce this because there's only like 2 English letters in there and then a bunch of what looks like Russian ones? I can't read those. I mean, I can read. Anyway, I'm gonna call you KK because of the first letters. And KK said, you guys tried to have the Sirisk burned down last I remember. I may be an authoritarian socialist, but don't deal Sirisk to the backhand because my economy is stable, and I may have annexed a few of you guys by accident. I don't know if this is the authoritarian that the other 2 were talking about. Hello everyone, if it is, play nice. We're on good terms, at least hopefully with all of you, even if you may not be on good terms with each other. Well, it's good to hear from the Micronational Assembly. If we would like to join the Micronational Assembly, we will definitely look into that. Thank you very much, Principality of Lusitane. We will take a closer peek at the Micronational Assembly and see what there is to offer. And also, now we have our flag. I'll put a link to a higher res picture of the flag so that it's not just a screen cap of me in a video going Mrrr. This has been your super presidential candidate Deron signing off for this week saying, welcome to Jar. Jar takes all kinds. Your family now. Please join us this week and every week. We go up every Friday, and we would love to have you along for the ride. If you want to show one of your friends or family or share the video, let me know, and that's how our military works. We move up in ranks, and we gain titles by showing the videos to people. Thank you very much for watching this part of the video. I really appreciate it. I think we're having quite a fun community coming around right now. And I will leave you again with the official motto of Jar, which is, we are Jar. If you love Jar, you love us. We'll see you next week.